Super Smash Bros is one of my favourite game series of all time. Death Battle is also one of my favourite web series of all time, so it makes sense to put it together on my channel at some point. We were originally going to go over each Smash Bros Ultimate matchup in one video, but we've decided to break that idea up into smaller videos for each individual game, and then making a compilation video for Super Smash Bros Ultimate for all its characters. So today we'll be coming up with a Death Battle matchup for every Super Smash Bros Brawl character. Follow-up videos for Super Smash Bros 4 and a compilation video for Smash Ultimate will be coming shortly as well. You can check out the previous videos on Smash Bros 64 and Smash Bros Melee, the links to them will be in the description. The full rules to this list can be found in the first video, but if you can't be bothered checking them out, in short, if the character has already appeared on Death Battle, we'll give them a different matchup. We'll also not be doing any same series matchups or matchups that will be possible in Smash. It also has to be the same version of the character which appeared in the debut Smash Bros game. Without further ado, this is a Death Battle matchup for every Super Smash Bros Ultimate character. Part 3. Meta Knight vs Yoda, both wise mentor sword fighters. Legends Yoda is a really good combatant from Meta Knight, probably the most fair which you could find. Meta Knight probably wins due to being physically stronger, but it's a close fight nonetheless, and Yoda using the Force's advantage makes it all the more harder for Meta Knight, and it would be an interesting episode. Pit vs Kratos, two demon fighting God 7 jail-bladed fighters. Kratos himself is a god, whereas Pit gains most of his abilities from Palutena, not allowing him to function without her existing, so we should presume that she stays intact to make it fair. Pit's strongest feat was incapacitating Hades, who Kratos was able to kill in his own games, and yeah, it's kind of weird ground on whether that actually makes Kratos stronger because it's a different incarnation of Hades, but I'd say it does, so he wins. This does still seem to be a pretty fair fight. Dark Pit vs Nico De Angelo, two evil rivals to their series' main protagonists. Dark Pit can scale to Pit, who is able to effectively harm Hades, and Nico's feat of overpowering a group of Roman demigod soldiers fairly easily while holding back is impressive, but I don't think he makes him strong enough to be able to take out Dark Pit, so I'd say Dark Pit would win. Zero Suit Samus vs Diva without her mech. Both vigilante female protagonists who pilot powerful suits. Despite how strong Diva's mech is, Samus in her suit very easily wins, so to make it fair, neither of them would be allowed to use their suits in this battle. Despite being both quite small and lightweight, Samus has better reflexes and abilities as well as better weapons, since Diva's only standard arsenal inclusion is a pistol. Even if they were to include suits, Samus would win since she still has stronger abilities and a more durable suit, and Diva's suit has a gigantic weak spot on the front, which wouldn't take long for Samus to notice and do something about. Wario vs Chojie, two fat idiots who enjoy eating and can enlarge their bodies. Even with butterfly mode, Chojie isn't even really close to Wario in terms of strength since Wario scales to the Mario cast. As unfair as this fight is, I think it would be really entertaining and make for a great episode. Solid Snake vs John Wick. Yes, that image is from Fortnite. Both highly trained killers with expertise in different fields of weapons. Snake tends to conserve stealth more, when John Wick tends to be a no-nonsense face-to-face killer. Snake does have explosives at hand, but since he tends to prefer stealth to combat, John would likely know of Snake before he can make his move and act on it, giving him a chance to use weapons which can contain ammo that can blow up human heads through high-tech body armor and helmets. It's a tough one, but I'd say John wins. And that's not biased, even though my name is John. Ike vs Yoshimitsu, two mercenary swordsmen who, whilst appearing totally good at first, have a story involving revenge. The two have similar levels of striking strength and attack strength, but Ike has increased range through projectiles via his sword. Yoshimitsu is apparently slowly driven insane if he isn't killing a steady flow of villains with his sword, and that could be his incentive to fight Ike, but that depends on whether he'd class Ike as a villain or not, and whether it would be a relevant weakness during the battle. Regardless, Ike's stats are all slightly higher than Yoshimitsu's, so I'll say that he wins. Pokemon Trainer vs Classic Ben 10. To make this fair, we'd only let Ben use 3 aliens, as well as making sure that Omnitrix can't copy the DNA of the Pokemon. The aliens I'd suggest using would be Overflow, Wildvine and Heat Blast. In the end, it really comes down to Charizard vs Heat Blast, and Charizard arguably wins, since even though Heat Blast exerted 63 tons of force to destroy Sam, Charizard can scale with Tyranitar who can melt mountains. So for the sake of prolonging this debate, I've decided to side with Charizard. I initially thought Squirtle vs Overflow would be a pretty fair matchup because Overflow can make city-sized ice walls and Squirtle can scale to Diglett, who can have massive power with the move Earth Power. But someone on Discord informed me that Overflow is multi-continental, placing him far above the rest of the Pokemon, as well as probably Ben's 2 other aliens in this match. Wildvine gets beat by Ivysaur inevitably, since one of Wildvine's best feats is lifting a car, whereas Ivysaur scales to Dawn's Piplup, who can make small town level whirlpools. Even though these aren't Ben's strongest aliens, he still likely wins, but he would easily win if he had stronger aliens like Alien X or Swampfire. Pokemon Trainer will still put up a good fight, and it would be an entertaining episode nonetheless. Diddy Kong vs Super Monkey, both small monkey. While you'd initially think Diddy Kong could take this, Super Monkey has energy coated weapons which can create pseudo black holes, and yeah, Diddy Kong may be able to escape them, but he would have a hard time in combat considering his peanut and orange weapons could only do so much damage, and they have a high likelihood of being dodged since they're slow firing projectiles, so due to stronger weapons and greater strength, Super Monkey wins. Lucas vs Steven Universe, both young kids with magic abilities and timid personalities. Lucas is faster and stronger, even though Steven can block his attacks with his shield or bubble, but Steven would put up a good fight. Lucas would inevitably win since he has more varied attacks like fire, ice, electricity, whereas Steven only really has magic protection attacks. Sonic vs Quicksilver, two blue incredibly fast speedsters. Sonic takes strength, durability because of, and is apparently about twice as fast as Quicksilver, so even though he takes almost every category, it would be a fun episode. But, I don't know, the idea's kinda done to death. King Dedede vs Scrooge Mcduck, both greedy, wealthy birds. Dedede apparently took a point blank planet level explosion to the face and can also harm Kirby using his hammer, although Scrooge can survive atmosphere re-entry and can do some damage with his cane. However, Dedede probably wins in the end due to being more durable and having the better and more powerful weapon. Omar vs Buzz Lightyear, two small space captains. Even though Buzz is small due to being a toy, Omar is only around 1.9cm tall, meaning we'd have the scale size for fairness. There is no way we're using Kingdom Hearts Buzz in this fight since he's around star level from scaling to Sora in the cast, and the only way Omar would even be remotely strong compared to that would be using his ship's laser. They're both below average human level in their normal canon forms, with Buzz possibly having street level durability apparently, having survived being battered and stood on constantly by children and adults. Omar however is comparable to other captains who have survived atmospheric re-entry. Omar also has an army of Pikmin, so giving Buzz an army of toy soldiers from the first movie makes it fair also. I'm pretty sure Omar wins since his Pikmins have actual abilities, whereas the toy soldiers can only really punch since they don't have functioning weapons and their legs are mounted to a base. I don't know, this is the best I could come up with since Omar's a hard character for versus debates and I was not going to use Ant-Man. Lucario vs Rock Lee, both close combat fighters who can manipulate energy to enhance themselves. Lee is probably as strong as Lucario after Boruto, so this is actually really fair. Lucario is a lot faster and that's what I believe would give him the win. Rob vs Bender. This is not only a stretch but a stomp, but I wasn't going to use Wally so this will have to do. Rob can scale to Kirby if you consider Subspace Emissary canon, but I've heard that base Bender is planet level and overclocked Bender makes the fight so unfair. Toon Link vs Finn the Human. Two young male cartoon swords fighters who save a princess and each have idiot animal companions. Probably the most requested matchup for each character. Toon Link has better and more versatile gear to take on Finn, and Toon Link is more likely to win if he has a Triforce of Power. Finn however is stronger than Toon Link even if he has the Power Bracelet. They also have roughly equal durability. Most people say Finn wins, but this one's pretty close and I'm not too sure. Wolf vs Taiwan. You can tell Wolf was a hard character to get a matchup for. Even with his best weapons, Wolf is still outclassed by Taiwan. Outside of Wolf's ship, they're both about equally fast and also about equally durable, but Wolf has the added bonus of reflectors. I'd say, presuming he was able to land a hit whilst Wolf was not reflecting, Taiwan wins. And that concludes this list. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe for more videos similar to this. The episodes on Super Smash Bros. 4 and Ultimate will be released shortly. Also check out the other episodes of this series if you haven't already, and consider checking out everyone who helped with this video's channels. And that's about it.